Well, Twitter asked for it, so you shall receive. Here we go, friends. We are going to be working on the Tuff Golem. um, yeah, definitely not my favorite. I don't think he's very cute, but it is what it is. So I posted a poll on Twitter asking if you guys wanted to see the Tuff Golem and the Rascal after I did the Sniffer. And you guys asked for it, so we're gonna go ahead and do the other two. I will ask you to bear in mind that we only really have like some concept art. There's not a lot for me to look at on these, so this is the best I could come up with. Normally I would do some variations on textures, but this golem is made of tuff. I feel like the whole golem needs to be made of tuff. And for once you actually have a use for all of that tuff in your inventory. Without further ado, let's get started. For supplies, you're going to need 389 pieces of tuff, 24 mud, 38 smooth red sandstone, 69 orange terracotta, 165 red concrete, 2 cyan concrete, 2 ladders, and 1 jungle trapdoor. And this is what the base blueprint is going to look like for our tuff golem. For layer 1, we're going to start with tuff blocks all the way around. There's not a ton of detail in this. It's really hard for me to pick out details in the few pictures that we have from the Minecraft live announcements. So this is the best I can do, and I hope you're okay with that. And then don't forget, we're going to place a ladder right here on the inside of this leg so that you can get inside the build. And this is what your layer 1 should look like. For layer 2, we're going to start in this bottom corner, but we're going to build out. We're going to start building this like tunic that the golem is wearing. So we're going to start here with a red smooth sandstone. And then I'm going to have you crouch and move forward with 5 more pieces of red sandstone. 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to build in that direction, but what we're going to do is we're going to be alternating sandstone and mud. And if you crouch on mud, you see it kind of bounces up and bounces down. You sink. You sink just a little bit, so you can't then place a block next to it. Since we're down here in the bottom, I would encourage you to just go ahead and hop down, and we'll alternate the sandstone and mud this way. And we're going to do this all the way until it lines up with that foot there. I think one more set will do it. Yes. Now what you want to do is bring the mud all the way to this corner here. And then we need 4 more pieces of mud. And that should end at the very back of this leg. Next we need a sandstone, a mud, a sandstone. We're going to skip this one here. So go ahead and place a temporary block and then another sandstone and get rid of your temporary block. Then a mud, sandstone, mud, sandstone, mud, and sandstone. And then that should connect back up with our sandstone line there. Now we're going to fill in this area here with the orange terracotta. You can use the sandstone if you like. I just know that the sandstone or the sand to make the sandstone is a little harder to come by than the terracotta. So that's all on your own preference in what kind of flooring you would like to have inside your golem. In this space, you're going to place 3 of the orange terracotta and then your ladder, and then leave these 2 spaces open. And this is a look at your layer 2. For layer 3, we are down here in this bottom left corner, and we're going to start with the red concrete, and we're going to alternate red concrete and the smooth red sandstone all the way across the front here. Now, going in this direction, we need 8 more pieces of the red sandstone. And then turn. Going this way, we're going to repeat the red concrete, red sandstone pattern, and in this time you can place a block here. And moving along this side, we're just going to fill in with the red concrete. And the last thing that we're going to do is come over here and place the jungle wood trapdoor right there on top. And this is your aerial view for layer 3. For layer 4, we're going to start with the red concrete, and we're going to take red concrete all the way across the front here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place a temporary block. So I'm going to use the mud as a temporary block. And we're going to place some tuff coming off of that, and then get rid of your temporary block. Now you want to go 2 more away from the body in this direction. After that, you want to go 5 backwards. And then turn towards the body and add 2 more to the body. That should leave you with 2 blocks behind the arm and 1 block in front of the arm. And you want to go ahead and fill in this as the bottom of the arm. Next, you'll place down 2 pieces of the red concrete in that diagonal there, and then you'll want to connect all the way across with red concrete. Once you get here, you'll place 1 more red concrete, a temporary block, your piece of tuff coming off that temporary block, and you can get rid of it, and then 3 wide out from the body, and 5 more going forward. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then connect over to the body and fill in. This is what your layer 4 should look like. For layer 5, I'm going to go ahead and start over here on the arm, the furthest left bottom corner. We're going to start with a piece of tuff and add 2 more pieces of tuff to the front of the arm. Then we need red concrete all the way across the front here. And 3 pieces of tuff across the arm. 5 more going back. And 2 more going in. 2 pieces of red concrete all the way across the back. 1 last piece of red concrete here. 3 pieces of tuff here, and then connect the arm. And this is what your layer 5 should look like. For your layer 6, it's actually a repeat of layer 4. So you'll want to do the 3 pieces of tuff, red all the way across the front, 3 pieces of tuff, and then follow the arm outline here, and then fill in the top of the arm. 2 pieces of concrete here, red concrete all the way across the back, 2 pieces of red concrete there, 3 tuff here, fill in the side of the arm, and fill in the top of the arm. And this is what your layer 6 should look like. For layer 7, we are done with the arm, so we're back to working on the body and the tunic that it seems to be wearing. We're going to start with a red concrete and take red concrete all the way across the front. Then you need to crouch and bring the concrete all the way across on the inside of the arm and connect. And then red concrete across the back. And then over here, we're going to connect on the inside of the arm as well. More like the shoulder, I guess. Now, we're not quite done with this layer yet. From this corner, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a red concrete on the inside. And this, you're going to need to fill in all the way across. This is that like shelf that the Tuff Golem provides for your items when they kind of raise up the tunic. I will say it's been kind of funny to see all of these references to it being a moving item frame. And this is what your layer 7 should look like. For layer 8, we're going to come right here where the concrete is not filling anymore, and we're going to place tuff right there. And now we want to take the tuff all the way across the front of the golem. And then we're going to continue with the tuff all the way around. This is like the neck, maybe, portion of the golem. And then what I'm going to have you do is count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th one, place a tuff, and right next to it, place a tuff. And you should have 5 more here before, in between the nose and this edge over here. And this is what your layer 8 should look like. For layer 9, we're going to repeat the same exact pattern down below. We're creating a taller head and nose portion of the Tuff Golem. And just in case you need an aerial view, there's your aerial view for 9. And layer 10, we're doing the same thing one more time. And just so you can see that I didn't change anything, this is your aerial view of layer 10. You might also want to start placing your torches because we're going to be capping this off pretty soon and you don't want mobs to spawn inside. For layer 11, we're going to start in this corner with our tuff block and then add 2 more tuff blocks. 1 mud, 1 cyan concrete, 2 tuff blocks, a cyan concrete, and a mud. And then 3 tuff blocks. And then you just want to fill in the rest of this with tuff. And this is your aerial view of layer 11. For layer 12, we're going to start with tuff block, and then 2 more tuff blocks, 2 mud blocks, 2 tuff blocks, and 2 mud blocks, and then the rest of this is going to be tuff. And here's the aerial overview of layer 12. For layer 13 and 14, we're just going to do 2 full layers of tuff blocks. This gives the added height of the forehead that this golem has of right above the eyes, and it kind of balances out the overall sizing of the golem. So then 1 more here. I don't think you need aerial views of me like saying, hey, do tuff all the way around this small rectangle shape. I will give you 1 more aerial view though. Actually, it'll be 2. So this is your aerial view for layer 13 and 14. This is what they'll look like. And then our very last layer is layer 15, and we are just going to do an entire layer of tuff, and we're going to fill in this gap here all the way across. And that's your aerial view of layer 15. So tell me, what do you think of this build? What do you think of the Tuff Golem? Which mob are you planning to vote for on Friday? I believe it's Friday. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to know your thoughts. If you are voting on the Tuff Golem, tell me why, because I don't understand this mob myself, and I'd love to know your input and why you think this is the mob to vote for. And that's going to be everything for today, you guys. I thank you guys all so very much for everything that you do here. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Maybe check out my Twitter. You don't have to, but I love it if you do. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!